C.
What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon and good morning to some of you. Shout out to everyone who's already hanging out in the live chat, including people who were up till way too late last night on Spinetix. Shout out to Comics Talk Weekly, who is here first in the chat, and Wesley's Comic Collection, who is ready to spend some money, I guess. Sith Lordly somehow is alive and awake, resurrected from his show last night. And we've got a couple more hanging out with us here. Let's see, scroll down. Neighbor to the North, 1982. What's going on? Comics Will Break Your Heart. How are you doing? Welcome in. Jason, Claiming Comics. What's going on? Let's see, Entropy in Comics. Welcome in. And I think that gets me caught up. Oh, we got a couple more. Soul Twice is here. And Whodat. What's going on, Whodat? Welcome in. And Lewis just popping in here too. So thank you guys for hanging out here. Fuzzy Dunlop is here. Welcome. This is the Final Order Cutoff show. So for this show, for those of you that might be new or watching this on the replay, first time watching this, Final Order Cutoff is the last day that your shop can order these books that are on the cutoff. And so this is kind of the point that if you are interested in getting a first issue of a series or the subsequent issues, you have to let your store know by this date that you want it. Otherwise, there's no guarantee that you're able to get it for the cover price. So I always start out with the books from Lunar because Lunar is due today, and so you want to know these first. And I don't know if I've caught you in a live chat on here, Whodat. It's good to see you. And Perpetual is here all the way from a long distance. So thank you guys for being here. We're going to kick it off with Lunar. Like I said, FOC date for Lunar's books is today. They're every Sunday unless there's a holiday, and then they move that to usually I think Thursday of that week. So we'll kick it off. Lunar has DC and Scout Comics, so we'll have a mix of those on the cutoff. And we'll kick it off first off with Blue and Gold issue number 1. So a new series here with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Dan Jurgens on the writing and Ryan Sook on the art. DC's been doing a good job with some of these new mini-series that they've been doing. So it may be one, especially if you're interested in those characters, to be on the lookout for. This is a cool little card variant thing here they got going on, and this is a cardstock variant by Dave Johnson. One of the books that I'm really enjoying reading right now, By the Horns. We've got issue number 4 on Final Order Cutoff here. Issue number 3 is coming out this week, so that's one to definitely be reading because it's a story that's not just about unicorns and revenge on unicorns, but now it's a story about these wizards in this magical world, and they're going to have to be battling these wizards. If you guys were watching the interview last night with David Byrne, he dropped the fact that By the Horns may no longer be a 7-issue miniseries, but it's going to become an ongoing series. So that's really cool. So yeah, issue 4 on the cutoff. And then as with all the Scout books, if your shop orders at least 10 copies of issue number 4 cover A, they can order this one and it becomes unlocked, and it's open order after that. So yeah, that is one of the Scout books on the cutoff here. Let's see, we got another person joining us here. Connor Lines, welcome in. Perpetual gave me a photo of McDonald's. I knew all was right in the world. Oh, that's great. We'll keep moving. We've got Catwoman, issue number 33. Ram V writing this story. Fernando Blanco on the art and Yannick Paquette on the cover art here. Of course, you guys know I don't read a lot of DC books, but we do have Poison Ivy in this story, and because of that, we've had these beautiful Jenny Frison cardstock variants that have been going on with Catwoman and Poison Ivy on the covers. So definitely a cover to pick up because that is just beautiful. Yeah, By the Horns #1. I really loved it in issue 2 that came out 3 weeks ago now. Fantastic addition to the story, and it really took the story in a different direction. So I'm all in on this story now, and I think that's going to be a great story coming out of Scout. Welcome in, Caroline, who was summoned by the fact that I was talking about Ivy. That's great. From Scout Comics Black Caravan imprint, Count Draco, Knuckle Duster, issue #1, written by Peter Gorel and Joseph Schmalke, with art by Joseph Schmalke. Definitely has got a Darth Vader mixed with Doctor Strange vibe going on here. This is a follow-up to the Phantom Star Killer story. So I missed Phantom Star Killer. I may go and get a trade of it, and I'm planning on reading this one. The good news with the Scout stories is that if you get issue #1, there is a 2-month gap between that and issue #2. So if I pick it up now, get my trade of the other one, I can read it before issue 2 comes out, and then I can kind of binge through 1 and 2 of the story. And they do that because with the way things are set up through previews, if they didn't do that, shops would have to order issue 1, 2, and 3 all at once and not know how to order the subsequent issues other than the first issue they'd be able to figure out, but the other ones, the orders would drop off. This way, shops can determine, how many readers they're going to have and be able to maintain the numbers if needed. So we have a Fables Compendium here, also Volume 3 trade paperback, coming from the DC Black label. And Flash #772, Jeremy Adams still on the writing here, Will Conrad on the art, and Brandon Peterson on this cover here. It looks like still got a story following Wally West, returning as the Scarlet Speedster. So we'll see how that goes, with cover B here by Brett Booth. He's been putting out some good cover Bs here for the Flash. Hey Slim, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. We've got Justice League #65 here. Brian Michael Bendis and Ram V. Ram V doing the backup story for Justice League Dark. Brian Michael Bendis on the main story. And this looks like this might be tying into the new Checkmate story, or maybe just kind of being a mention to it here. Again, haven't been reading this one, but I have been hearing some pretty positive things. We've got Naomi on the team. We've got Black Adam, or I don't know if he's actually going by Shazadam or something now, but it's an interesting makeup for this team. That's a really cool cover for it with Black Canary there. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, there's so many books. Every FOC, when you're looking at what you want to make sure that's on your pool list or not, it's always how do I choose between these books? Because I don't want to spend all my money, but I do want to read some of these great stories. So we've got Legends of the Dark Knight issue #3 here, written by Derek Robertson with art and cover art by Derek Robertson. We have the Riddler's new partner, Quiz, right here. So I think she was introduced last issue. I bet Wes is probably reading this because Derek Robertson is doing this story, and he's a big fan of his. But we'll see if he chimes in the chat. We've got a cover B here by Jorge Molina. Pretty cool, kind of looking like a classic Scarecrow and Riddler story there. I hope it's not coming across blurry. If so, that means I have some sort of connection issue. But I think it should be coming across clear. Yep. Had a feeling. And we've got a Riccardo Federici 1 in 25 variant 4 quiz right here. And then Looney Tunes issue number 261 right here. I don't know if anyone is reading the Looney Tunes comics, more obviously for the kids, but I didn't even know it was on to 261 at this point. We also have Nightwing issue number 81 getting a second printing here, with learning about his new villain Heartless here. Nightwing, I think 79, 80, and now 81 have gotten second printing, so that says a lot for the Nightwing story. Tom Taylor writing this one with art by Bruno Redondo. And then Nightwing number 82 is also on the cutoff here. The Mystery of Melinda Zuko, her connection between the man who killed Dick Grayson's parents wasn't a surprise to the Bloodhaven hero, but what the former Robin discovers about Melinda's ties to the Flying Graysons leaves the usually upbeat detective speechless. It's a little bit more backstory there, and Jamal Campbell cardstock variant for this, which is really looking pretty cool there. Let's see what else we got. We've got Other History of the DC Universe issue number 5 of 5. So this will be wrapping this up. This by John Ridley. We got art inside by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Andrea Cucci. Same on the cover, except Marco Mastrazzo also in there. And then we've got a variant here by Jamal Campbell. And Jamal Campbell did a series of these. I think each issue had something like this going on. And this is a pretty cool story in that it is more story than it is comic. So that's something that keep in mind if you were interested in reading this. It has a lot more into the backstory of what's going on and things that are kind of unseen in the DC universe. And so I thought that was pretty cool. But different type of thing other than the regular comic, and it's a different size as well, different format. Oh, what's going on? We got Bricks the Iron Geek in here, and we got Louis Logics still moving. Gonna let the stream play for the algorithm. Thanks, Louis. I appreciate that. And good luck with the move-in. Sith Lord Lee's on a diet. You don't need to. He's on the light beer diet. Slim Lordly. Oh my God. Oh, that's great. We got Rabid World issue number 3 of 4. Issue 2 should be coming out very soon. I want to say not this week, I know, but maybe next week or so. Somewhere around there, we should be seeing issue number 2 of this coming out. And I loved issue number 1, so I've been itching to see what happens in issue 2. Todd Sinani writing and Oleg Okunev on the art, which has this a minimalistic color style to it, which I really enjoyed. I've been really enjoying that in Stake with Francesca's art, and Oleg's art in this is also really cool. And then Shazam's getting a mini-series here, four issues from the pages of the Teen Titans Academy, because Shazam is in the Teen Titans Academy. Asked Billy Batson, came there looking for answers. Why was the rest of his adopted family cut off from the power of Shazam? Why are his own powers becoming increasingly unreliable? The answers send him on an outrageous adventure that'll not only change him, but have an immense impact on the school and other students on Titans Island. So if you're reading the Teen Titans Academy, this may be one to pick up just for the fact that this ties a little bit into that story. We have Tim Sheridan writing and Clayton Henry on the art. And there is a Gary Frank cardstock variant, cover B here. And we got a couple more here. We got a 1 in 25 for this one by Steve Lieber. It is a cardstock variant, and that is some really cool looking art here with all these skeletons. That I feel like that's got to be like an homage to some sort of classic painting, but I'm not 100% sure. It does say after somebody. Let me see if I can. Ooh, that zoomed far. After Dore. So I'm not 100% familiar with that, but definitely could pick up that that's a piece of art homage going on there. So that's pretty cool. And now everything, wow. All of these are off. They aren't even showing up. Soulstream, which already has been out from getting it through previews. We have issue number 1 available through Lunar now. And we have a Stabity Bunny plush, 16-inch plush bunny. That's pretty funny. And then for DC again, we've got Static Season 1, the Milestone Returns, issue 2 of 6. Vita Ayala on the writing, Chris Cross on the art, with Nicholas Draper Ivy, and then Kerry Randolph on the cover A. I never read anything Static. I read issue number 1 and I liked it, so I'm adding this one to my pull list for the 6-issue miniseries. This has a really cool cover B here by Nicholas Draper Ivy. I'm really digging that artwork there. And then Strange Adventures is on to issue number 11 of 12. This one by Tom King. Mitch Gerard's on the art with Evan Doc Shaner, and Mitch Gerard's on the cover art here. I've heard really good things about Strange Adventures. Again, like I said, I haven't been reading a lot of DC things. This is a DC Black Label book, but this one has been getting a lot of good praise from people in the community. So maybe something worth checking out when the series wraps up and we have all 12 issues out. We have another DC miniseries here. We got some Static Love, Comic Book G-Spot. What is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Brooks is reading issue number 1, I assume, of Static later today. I got to go back and get the Milestone issue that reintroduces it to the world. I guess that gives some context. I learned that after the fact, so I got to still get that. What's going on? Black Crown Comics, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Classic of this. Was that in reference to Strange Adventures or to Superman and the Authority? I'm not 100% sure. I'll look to see when you drop the comment there. But Superman and the Authority, this is a 4-issue miniseries by Grant Morrison and Mikkel Janin. Let's see. Sometimes the last son of Krypton needs to enlist help. Some tasks require methods and heroes that don't scream Justice League. So Clark Kent, the Metropolis Marvel, seeks out Manchester Black, the most dastardly of rogues, to form an all-new authority tasked with taking care of some of the business on the sly. Not only will Black know the right candidates for the team, but if Superman can make him behave himself and act in service of the greater good, he'll prove literally anyone can be a hero. Strange Adventure. Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I've heard some good things about the previous issue as well, but just wanted to double check. And Comics Talk Weekly saying, I want to like this, but I'm worried. Yeah, I mean, Grant Morrison writing, that's always a good start. And we've got an interesting Superman story. It's not his usual. So I could see that being something actually more interesting on the Superman side of things. But yeah, definitely be hesitant with that as well, just because of how many ways this could go not so good. But we do have that cover B there, and a Jen Bartel headshot cardstock variant that is a 1 in 25. That's pretty awesome. I dig that. We have Teen Titans Beast Boy Loves Raven trade paperback here. Cami Garcia and Gabrielle Piccolo. I think this doesn't collect anything. This was specifically made to be a trade paperback. And then moving on with some DC stuff, we've got Truth and Justice, issue number 6 of 7. Andrew Aiden and Junie Ba putting this one together. I love this cover art here. Looks like we got Robin joining the story. I thought maybe he's been a part of this, but I, again, haven't been reading this one, but I'm really digging that cover. And I've been hearing some good things from Copy about the Truth and Justice series. How many books am I getting this cutoff? I don't know, honestly. I mean, if I look at Lunar so far, I have By the Horns on my pull list. I have Rapid World on my pull list. I have I'm gonna get Count Draco Knuckle Duster, and I'll probably get the Jenny Frison cover for Catwoman, and I think there might have been another Scout one in there that I might be getting. Strange Adventures, the classics are some of the best. Quite a few in that series. It definitely must pick up. It's nice to read those. That's yeah, I always hear good things about Strange Adventures, so I may have to check that out at some point. Dope cover B. Yeah, this one by Damian Scott. Pretty cool art there as well. This is the other thing I was thinking about getting from Scout. White Ash Mythic Edition. This is a 56-page oversized Mythic Edition collecting the first 2 issues of White Ash and includes several unreleased pinups. Might be something worth checking out. Charlie Stickney is the writer. He's also a co-publisher at Scout Comics. And Connor Hughes on the art for this one. And then we wrap up here with some Wonder Woman Black and Gold issue number 2. We've got a Terry Dodson cover here. We got, of course, multiple storylines going on in this one. So multiple writers, multiple artists on the interiors. It's definitely a mixed story, just like the Superman Red and Blue. Wonderful day, Sparks in chat. Have to catch you on the rewind. Thanks, Comic Book G-Spot. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming back later and catching the rewind. If you guys are watching and haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button for YouTube purposes and all that fun stuff. This is a cool cover. David Mack doing a 1 in 25 variant for Wonder Woman Black and Gold issue number 2. Keeping to that black and gold, but really sticking to that David Mack style that we all know and love. But yeah, 80th anniversary celebration of Wonder Woman continues here with this book. And we also have a wonderful Woman of the World trade paperback here with various artists and writers. Nicola Scott doing this cover here. It looks like an all-new anthology celebrating noteworthy women from around the world. Women change the world. They've been doing it for centuries. Now, New York Times bestselling author Lori Halse Anderson gathers women and non-binary writers and artists to reveal the women making our world better day by day. Real-world heroes from the fields of business, activism, science, and pop culture making tough decisions every day, and DC Comics celebrates them here. So that's a pretty cool trade there. White Ash is a definite for me. I've been buying Charlie stuff for a while. Yeah, I've heard really good things about White Ash. I didn't get it when that came out, so that's a go back and get this kind of thing for me. Yeah, it is a beautiful 1 in 25 by David Mack, which I mean, Phil's got to get that outfit on Spinetix. Got to get that going. Yeah, the Wonder Woman Black and Gold has definitely had some great covers. Jen Bartel, I think, was on issue number 1, cover A. So, yeah, we'll keep this going over to the previews catalog now, where we kick off previews with Image Comics. The previews catalog, that cutoff is tomorrow. So it gives you a little bit more time to make decisions on these and let your shop know, especially if your shop is closed on a Sunday. These for sure you'll be able to let them know about with plenty of time to go. So we've got kicking off Image Comics, Ascender issue number 17 here. This one by Jeff Lemire with art by Dustin Nguyen. This is Starseed Part 3, the penultimate issue. So we'll wrap up here with issue number 18. We had Descender series previously. This was the follow-up series with Ascender. And this one seems to be wrapping up here. We have here Chew issue number 6. So this one is, of course, the kind of the follow-up series to Chew, CHEW, following the sister of the main character from Chew, She Drunk History, Part 1, Felon, Parole Violator, Fugitive, Food-Powered Master Criminal Saffron Chew is back, staring down the barrel of the biggest and strangest score of her career. And so she's more criminal, and her brother was more a detective. So different sides of that coin, but with the same powers. We've got Hoarders Hide in the House. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in here. We got Entropy saying Chew is a spunky, fun, wild ride of a story. I have heard really good things about both the original Chew and this follow-up series, so I do not doubt that. Pikachu. All right, moving on. We've got Compass on to issue number 2. Compass issue 1 just came out this week. Robert McKenzie, Dave Walker on the writing, and art by Justin Greenwood. Greg Rucka probably presents a new direction in adventure with Compass. So this team putting together this, I believe this is a follow-up to something else. Maybe not. The latest globe-trotting adventure of this character. So believe so. This is a established character in series, but the Cauldron of the Eternal Life is the kind of the subline on this one, and on to issue 205. We got Bricks reading Compass. It's like Indiana Jones meets firepower, action, and art. Okay, that's pretty cool. Phil's made so many stage name jokes that he just inserts stage name joke. Yes, Barbaric. I did a advanced review for Barbaric, so if you guys haven't checked that out, go check that out. It's amazing. It's we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get down to Vault, but it's amazing. So these books will show up at the LCS on July 21st. The reason we talk about them before the cutoff is so that if your shop doesn't order some of these, especially when we get to the indie books, or if it's a book that some people start speculating on, you can let your shop know now that you want the book, and you'll guarantee yourself a copy versus later trying to fight for it at the shop or fight off the speculators and buying it on eBay. So yeah, that's why we talk about it now. But there's but these will be out, like I said. This one says July 21st. Chew says same thing. So it's usually about 3 weeks out. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 weeks, and then it'd be that Wednesday. Also from Image, we've got Deadly Class issue number 47. I think this is ending with 50. I could be wrong there, but I know this just came back, so maybe I'm thinking of a different series. This is part 3 since it's returned, Savior Generation. That might be wrong on when it's ending. But this is a crazy awesome cover by Jeff DeCall. All you Jeff DeCall fans out there may want to pick this up for the art that we're seeing here. I've heard such good things about the Deadly Class series, but back when it started, I wasn't reading too many indie comics then, so I missed out on it, and so it'd be one I'll go back and I gotta catch up on picking up some trade paperbacks for it. Let's see what we got. Thanks, Connor. Absolutely, yeah, and we'll talk about it a little bit when I get down to Vault Comics in the Comics and Graphics Novels section. We'll talk about it a little bit more there. Home issue number 4 of 5. Julio Anta and Ana, I'm not going to try to say the last name, are on this story with Lisa Sturl doing the cover art. It's an interesting story. I ended up dropping it just because I'm reading so many things, but it's cool how his powers have come about, and then we're finding out more and more about his family and maybe some history of powers there. We've got a cover B here by Jacoby Salcedo. So yeah, I was digging the interesting setup for how the powers were coming to be. Yeah, I think the original Chew story went for quite a while. I want to say there were several volumes to Chew. And then, yeah, this one is volume 2, the start of volume 2 for CHU. Homesick Pilots. I don't know if you guys stopped reading this one after volume 1, but issue 6 was phenomenal. Some of the things that are going on now in this story are just insanity, and things are kicking up a notch in that issue there. We've got this one kicking off with this story of the fact that Ami's presumed dead, traveling across the country. She just might finally be happy. But you can't outrun your problems forever, which is particularly a problem if your problems take the form of a 100-ton haunted house. And then what they've been doing with, I forget the name of the other character, but her blood suit, essentially, that she has is just wicked cool. And what she's able to do with that blood suit, I've been really enjoying in that issue. Awesome. Have fun. Have fun doing the unboxing. And go check out 1-2 Comic Talk. Yeah, issue 6 was absolutely wild. We've got also for this one, we've got a cover B here by Zoe Thorogood. That I don't know exactly how that is, what's going on in the story, but I really like the skull helmet thing here. I'm digging this. Okay. I like that. We've got Jupiter's Legacy Requiem issue number 2 of 12. So, of course, another follow-up series to the Jupiter's Legacy story. Mark Millar writing this with Tommy Lee Edwards on the art. Unfortunately, the Jupiter's Legacy Netflix series was canceled, but I enjoyed it. We're supposed to still have the spin-off series on Netflix following the villains. We've got cover B by Sook, a cover C black and white by Sook, Ryan Sook, and then a photo variant from the Netflix show here, which I guess then all 12 will have probably a photo variant going on. Gwenna meets Homesick Pilots, kind of. I have that skull helmet. moving on, we got Philadelphia issue number 15. Rodney Barnes writing, Sean Alexander doing the art on this one. I've heard nothing but good things about Philadelphia. I know Azores Tiger is a big fan of this one. And this is part 3 of the storyline, Home is Where the Hatred Is. Critically acclaimed smash hit horror series. Keeping on moving through this. Beautiful cover there with a cover B here by Paul Pope. If you haven't been reading it and you want to hear about it, talk to Azores Tiger. He's big into Philadelphia, and at some point I got to pick up the trades because I want to get into this as well. But the new series we got coming out from Image here is Mom, Mother of Madness, issue number 1 of 3. So just the 3-issue miniseries. Hopefully it's a 40-page. Each issue is 40 pages long. We got Emilia Clarke. You might know her from, I don't know, Game of Thrones or Star Wars or, anything else. Doing the writing here, but she does, since she is not a comic writer, thankfully she does have with her Marguerite Bennett helping with the writing on this one. Layla Lays on the art and Joe Ratcliffe on the cover art of this one. Pretty cool cover, but I think the cover to get is this one right here. Jen Bartel did a fantastic cover for this. I am so happy to see her art on this book. This is super cool. He does have that mask. I don't know if you were watching the Low Grades Friday night, but he has a awesome mask there. But yeah, this I think for me is the cover of this series to pick up. There is a Layla Lace cover C as well, and essentially the mayhem begins with Maya under the weather, scientist by day, over-the-top superhero by night, and badass single mom 24/7. It has Deadpool action and Fleabag comedy colliding when Maya activates her freakish superpowers to take on a secret sect of human traffickers. Mature readers only, comedy and chaos await in the first of 3 40-page issues by the glamorous artist of Horde, Layla Lays. Yeah, that Jen Bartel is phenomenal. There is a blank cover too, so all of you guys, we've got con season coming back, and so maybe this is a good one to pick up. We don't have as many indie comics having blank variants, so super cool. Radiant Black issue number 5 is getting a second print here. And this has been issue 5 kind of opened up this world of Radiant Black even more, and I am really loving that. We've got some new characters that popped up in this issue, so definitely one to check out. We move into issue number 6 here. What's going to happen with Radiant Red and the dynamic there? We find out who Radiant Red is under the mask. We find out some other characters. I don't want to spoil if you're not reading it or you haven't read issue 5 yet, but it's a good one. I was actually on the fence about continuing Radiant Black, and then they just blew that world wide open with issue number 5, and now I'm there. I am all there for that. And this one's always in my top reads every time it comes out. Shadecraft issue number 5. We got Joe Henderson on the writing, Antonio Fabella doing covers, and Lee Garbett doing the art on the cover and on the interiors. And this has just been such an incredible series so far. Twists and turns at every angle, and emotional twists and turns. I think where it's gone now, it's kind of turned back how we thought things were going to go, but I think it still could change again. this emotional family story that we got going on in this world of shadecraft, being able to create shadows or become shadows, is super cool, and I'm really enjoying it. We got Hip Hops and Me. What's going on? Steve, welcome in. Good morning and good afternoon. I think it's still morning for you, so good morning. Cover B here for Shadecraft by Bengal. That's really cool. We've got, of course, shadows going on here, but it looks like she actually has the butterflies there. So, but maybe she's creating them, and then that's it for this one. So just a cover A and cover B. I don't think they've decided to do any ratios for this series now. There haven't been any, and I hope they stay not doing any of those, because I think it's better that way, in terms of not just starting to throw in ratios just for the sake of it. Skybound X issue number 3 here. This is the 3rd chapter of Rick Grimes 2000, plus a rip-roaring Murder Falcon throwdown, a spotlight on Assassin Nation fan favorite Fuck Tarkington, and the latest installment of the greatest genius canine adventurer, Science Dog. So Robert Kirkman, Daniel Warren Johnson, Kyle Starks on the writing, Ryan Otley, Daniel Warren Johnson, and Erica Henderson, and Corey Walker on the art, and Arthur Adams doing the cover A here, with a couple other covers. So again, you have your pick of covers with Skybound X. That looks like Science Dog on that cover. And we've got Erica Henderson doing this cover here. And a cover D by Daniel Warren Johnson for Murder Falcon. Awesome. So I've put this on my pool for all the issues. I'm just gonna keep only issue 1 did I do anything other than cover A. So this one I will probably just keep doing cover A for all you Spawn fans. We had, of course, Spawn Universe issue number 1 come out this last week, getting a second printing already. Todd McFarlane writing, Jim Chung, Todd McFarlane, Steven Segovia, and Marcio Takara on the interior arts. I don't know a lot about Spawn. I haven't been reading Spawn, but everyone that is reading it really has been excited for this Spawn Universe event going on, and the switch over to multiple Spawn titles. So I hope this has been a good one. It seems like it sold well enough to get that second print. So it'll be keeping on. What's going on? We got Bat Jesus with us in the house. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Another one, this one I added to my pool list when I read about it in the previous catalog. We have Siphon issue number 1, Patrick Meany, Mohsen Ashraf on the writing, Jeff Edwards and John Calise on the art. When a fast-living EMT is entrusted with the power to sense and siphon pain from others, Silas is presented with a new purpose: to ease the misery of those around him. But the more he uses the gift, the more it curses him with carrying the burdens of others' pain, and it soon attracts the attention of mysterious forces who covet the power for themselves, forcing Silas to decide whether he will continue his mission or revert to his old ways. Comic book documentarian Patrick Meany teams up with artist Jeff Edwards with a story by Mohsen Ashraf for a creator-owned noir fantasy. Here is some of the interiors for this. This looks like a good one. It is only 3 issues, so that's kind of cool. The commitment that you're getting into. So I'm really digging the story premise for this one, and definitely going to be picking this up. It is from the Top Cow imprint within Image. And let's see what else we got going on in the chat. We got we got Comics and Pops here. What's going on, Alonzo? Welcome in. There is a okay. Nope, that is a exclusive variant, so that's not supposed to show up in the previous catalog. But so just to cover A here, I don't think there are no other covers popping up for that one. Time Before Time, on to issue number 3. Declan Shalvey and Rory McConville on the story, with Joe Palmer and Chris O'Halloran on the art, with a Declan Shalvey cover here. I have been enjoying this. We got some twists and turns again in this story. There are some time traveling syndicates, it seems like, and they control what's going on through certain periods of time. And we've got an FBI agent that is now all caught up in this too. Yeah, Top Cow is still around, at least as an Image imprint. Yeah, Time Before Time has been great. I'm really digging that story. Cover B here by Christian Ward. Christian Ward's art gets me every time, so I might have to get that one. Like Land Before Time. Slightly different story. Slightly different. We've got Undiscovered Country still going on, issue number 14. We've got the Possibility storyline, part 2. The explorers are pushing deeper into the third zone possibility, a region built on and powered by the strength of American creativity. So this is going to keep going for a while. It's Charles Soule and Scott Snyder writing this story, with Leonardo Grassi and Giuseppe Caminicoli on the art. We have a cover B. This looks like Lotte. It is Lotte. That's a beautiful cover by Lotte there. I did pick it up before. I think I need to read it all together as a trade, though. Month by month, it wasn't connecting for me. What's going on? John's Comics with Kids, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us today. So we talk about the Final Order Cutoff books. And then lastly here, we have some Walking Dead Deluxe, issue number 19, coming through here. Lots of covers on this one this time. I don't know why 19 in particular, unless this might be, first appearance of Michonne, but in color now. So got to do a lot of Michonne covers here, including one by Rob Liefeld. I don't know if we needed him to draw her, but I got it. I think we're talking about Undiscovered Country. I read, I think I read through the first story arc. I also fell off because it felt slow, but I feel like if I read it in a trade, it won't feel as slow. That's my thought. But yeah, Walking Dead Deluxe, of course, we've got all of these covers for Michonne here. I thought we had something that was connecting before. Those might have ended the last connecting set. So I don't know if we've got another connecting set coming up. But this is a cool cover by Julian Totino Tedesco. So that's Image for Final Order Cutoff this week. We'll move into Dark Horse, where we've got one of the game comics that they've got going on, Apex Legends Overtime. Issue number 2 of 4, Jesse Stern writing this, with art by Keith Champagne and David Nakayama, who did the cover art here. That is classic David Nakayama there, with his style. So for all you gamers, I love Apex Legends. That's a story to be picking up. Black Hammer Reborn, onto issue number 2 here. Looks like we've got Skullboy, I think, fighting off a giant fish thing here. Jeff Lemire, of course, writing, because this is his Black Hammer universe, and Caitlin Yarsky on the art. There is a cover B for this one by Jill Thompson. And that is it for the variants there. So we'll keep moving into, we've got a novel hardcover, Buckaroo Banzai Against the World Crime League. We have Critical Role Vox Machina Origins, issue number 3 of 6 here. Of course, Critical Role, the D&D YouTube show. We got some love for Black Hammer here. I really need to get into the Black Hammer world. I'm hesitant to jump into it randomly right now, but I do want to start reading some of the back issues and trade paperbacks for that. It's gonna take a while to get into that though. We got Dynamite, etc. in the house. Welcome in. Moving on, we've got a return to Harrow County here. We got Tales from Harrow County, Fair Folk from Colin Bunn and Emily Schnall. Harrow County is back. The award-winning Eisner-nominated Southern Gothic horror series returns with a brand new story. Fresh off the loss of her goblin friend to a strange portal, Bernice must weigh her possibilities as protector of Harrow County with her desire to get her companion back safe and sound. But the past weighs heavily, and the fair folk use Bernice's and her memories against her, and something more disastrous than she could have ever feared may be around the corner to threaten both the world of humans and of Haints. Eisner nominated for Best New Series. And cover B here by Tyler Crook with a skull and a butterfly. Super cool cover. Let's see what we got going on. We've got John saying, watch my latest video if you want to know how to read Black Hammer. I am going to need to do that when I get into Black Hammer, because I think there's so much in that world that I would not know what order to read them in. So thank you for putting together something like that. That's awesome. The hardcovers for Black Hammer are amazing. Did an entire breakdown of it. And John just said he just left the LCS that him and Sith go to. There's a library edition collecting the first 13 Black Hammer. And Entropy in Comics is back. We haven't made it too much further than earlier. But we're wrapping up Dark Horse here. We got Triumph of the Wizard King trade paperback book 3 and Vampire Hunter Omnibus trade paperback volume 1. That seems pretty cool there. Moving into IDW, we've got Bermuda issue number 1 of 4 here. John Layman on the writing and Nick Bradshaw on the art, presenting a fantastic new adventure by New York Times bestselling and multiple Eisner Award-winning writer John Layman for Chew and Detective, and eye-popping, mind-blowing art by Nick Bradshaw. There's a region in the Atlantic Ocean where planes disappear, ships are lost, and traveling souls go missing, never to be heard from again, and there's an island within this place, mysterious and uncharted, untouched by time and civilization, where all who are lost end up, human or other. Bermuda lives here. She's 16, scrappy, and living on the insane and wondrous jungle island, fighting at every turn to survive, is the only life she has ever known. She can handle the dinosaurs, the pirates, the crazed soldiers, dark magicians, and strange monsters. But the weird new kid who washes ashore is maybe the biggest challenge Bermuda has ever faced, as he drags her along on a perilous rescue mission she wants no part of, and he's likely to be the death of them both. So that's an interesting take on the Bermuda Triangle and everything disappearing. Some people are saying they've read some of this. Really good, fun adventure. I know Entropy does get a lot of advanced copies of books. So, yeah, I take that as a good sign for that one. Dynamite was hoping for something else from Bermuda. Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, it does definitely seem to have a certain fantasy style to it. So if it's not meeting this type of style, I can totally see not being a fan of it. Godzilla Monsters and Protectors is on to issue number 4. Again, this one is more a children's style book, but we do have these classic photo covers. This is the cover B, featuring Godzilla there on the cover. And these are separate. There are some Godzilla versus comics, which are not aimed for younger audience. So just keep that in mind when looking at it. You wanted more sci-fi from Bermuda. Great play on the lore of Bermuda for sure. We've got Marvel Action Spider-Man issue number 4. Sarah Grayley, Steph Purinins, and Philip Murray on the art then. These always have a 1 in 10. We've got Ariana Florian doing another phone variant here, which actually, that reminds me, there's probably a 1 in 10 for Bermuda as well. And there is Nick Bradshaw doing that cover art with the dinosaurs on it. So that's kind of interesting. Bermuda cover looks like Pirates of Darkwater. And Godzilla is awesome, told from a kid's perspective. Nice. See, this is why I love having you guys in the chat, because you guys read some things that I don't read and bring in that perspective on those books for everybody that's listening and watching, to be able to hear that other perspective. We've got My Little Pony Transformers Volume 2, issue 4 of 4, with a cover by Tony Fleece, of course, the writer of Stray Dogs, which just wrapped up with issue number 5. But we'll be having a spinoff going on, and then we got a free comic book day issue of that coming up too. That is written by James Asmus, Ian Flynn, and art by Casey Collar and Jack Lawrence. Cover B here by Bethany McGuire Smith. It's a pretty cool cover there. And then that means then there should be a 1 in 10. Oops. If I could type, there would be a 1 in 10. Adam Bryce Thomas doing that one. That is a dangerous looking pony there. And I don't think there's a 1 in 25. There's not. But we do have Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 42. Ian Flynn writing, Adam Bryce Thomas on the art, and Priscilla Tramontano on the cover art here. I mean, it's an interesting idea of this crossover. Like, it's a crossover you don't expect, My Little Pony and Transformers, but I know some people have been really enjoying it. And Entropy in Comics has been collecting the 1 in 10s for that. Neighbor to the North, Buddy puts the bows on them in the animation. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Station TM Nerdy, welcome in. We'll move on to Sonic the Hedgehog 42's cover B here. And then this one by Abby Bulmer. And a 1 in 10 variant here by Natalie Fordrain. And Star Trek The Voyager, Seven's Reckoning trade paperback right there. And Star Wars High Republic is on to issue number 6. Daniel Jose Older on the writing, Harvey Tolobao on the art, and the cover art. This is the start of Volume 2 of Star Wars High Republic. I decided to stop with Volume 1 just to make it a good stopping point, but I was really enjoying the story. I'm reading too many things, and so something had to go, and this was it. X11 Bravo Comics, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you as well. Some Star Trek love in the chat here as well. And these have had 1 in 10s. The first 5 were connecting variants. It looks like this probably will not be a connecting variant for this one. Ilias Kirizas is doing the 1 in 10 variant for the 1 in 10. And then we've got Usagi Yojimbo, issue number 21. Stan Sakai writing and illustrating this. with a 1 in 10 variant by Sue Lee. I hear people are really enjoying Usagi Yojimbo. We've got part 2 of 2 of this particular story, Yukichi. We got Don't Sleep on Usagi Yojimbo, number 20, second print. Rare Stain Sakai does second print homage cover. For all of you guys who are speculators and collectors in that side, there's a hint from Entropy and Comics there. There's a new character in the ongoing, and that was, I'm assuming that's this character, Yukichi, which would have been introduced in issue number 20. Yeah, keep moving out of IDW. We talked about DC already. These books don't seem to be matching up, so who knows what they're doing there. Marvel Comics, we've got a couple things going on here. Alien on to issue number 5. Enter the Alpha. The creature that almost killed Cruz is back to finish the job. Everything Cruz has dedicated his life to hangs in the balance, and with his son's life on the line, terrible decisions must be made. Beautiful covers, as always, by In-Hook Lee on this. And we've got 2 variants here. Valerio Giangiordano on the cover B, and Salvador La Roca on the cover C, with what looks like, then there's a variant hidden here, the Miko Swayan variant. It's got to be a ratio, probably 1 in 25, I'd say. I don't see that on this issue they would do multiple, and they aren't. So there you go. Couple covers there. There's always, I don't think there's ever a bad cover for Alien, so you got your pick. A new mini-series from Marvel is Amazing Fantasy. We've got issue number 1 of 5 here by Kari Andrews on the writing and the art. This definitely has a classic painting vibe to it, like almost like a novel even there. Experience these heroes like never before. Red Room, Black Widow, Teenage Spider-Man, World War II, Captain America, the most iconic versions of your favorite Marvel characters from across time and space all wake up on an island of intrigue, darkness, and amazing fantasy. Are they dead? Are they dreaming? Or have they truly been transported to another fantastical realm? And is there any way for them to return home? This isn't just a love letter to your favorite Marvel eras. It's a reinvestment in the seminal characters you've always loved, plucked from their quintessential timelines, brought to you by Kari Andrews, and this is one you've been waiting for, true believers. It's one amazing fantasy for the ages is what they're saying. Looks, I mean, it's an interesting idea. I'll have to wait and see what people say about it before I would decide to pick that up. But yeah, it looks like it's an interesting idea. Try to do something different with Marvel for once. We've got some love for the In-Hook Lee Alien cover here. And there is a cover B, also by Kari Andrews, which is, of course, giving a throwback type of cover here, which that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see, are there any... Let's see, 78 and that's 80, so let's do 79 here is a variant by Horley. Black Widow, Captain America, and Spider-Man here fighting a dragon. So Alex Horley on that ratio variant. And then just to be sure, we do have a Hidden Gem variant by Simone Bianchi here. That's got to be probably a 1 in 100 or something. Somewhere around there. But that is a new mini-series by Marvel from Kari Andrews. We've got Captain Marvel's ongoing, hitting issue number 30 here. Kelly Thompson and Jamie McKelvey on the writing. Jacopo Campagni and Jamie McKelvey doing art. And Marco Cicchetto doing the cover art here. All the different versions of Captain Marvel, it looks like, on this cover here. different costumes and all of that. It is an oversized special issue. And she's had some touch with magic right now, so yeah, it's continuing that series with that 30th issue. We got a 30th anniversary Deadpool Liefeld variant here, which her face looks a little odd, and a Peach Momoko anime cover here. Which that's actually that's a decent cover for the anime variants that Peach has been doing. Some of them definitely could use a little bit more to them, but this one, even though I want more than the white background, I think, and that's what I'm struggling with these anime variants. But it's a good version of Captain Marvel there. We also have Extreme Carnage Phage #1. Flash Thompson is back after the shocking revelations of Extreme Carnage. Scream. Carnage sets its sights on the Phage symbiote. Carnage isn't the only familiar face on board, though. After a rendezvous with his student Andy Benton, Flash Thompson is back and ready for a fight. Scan doing this cover here for cover A. And then we've got a connecting trading card variant here. This one by Jeff Johnson. And then a Scotty Young variant here, which I am loving what he's been doing with these. And he's like, "What's up, Carnage?" "I'm not Carnage, I'm Phage." All right, good. Gotta run. Good talk, Yellow Carnage. Yeah. Phage, Scream, Flash. Yeah. Digging that. Peach is doing, the series of the anime variants. There's only a couple that I'm a big fan of. The others I could do without. But this one is one that I think the art is really well done. Spider-Gwen's the other, I think the art's really well done. There's some, I think last week I was talking about it. I just wasn't a fan of those. And it's mostly, I think, because the background is just so, it's just white. So don't sleep on the design variants. Let's see, where we got it. We got 523, 52, 522, so we should have 521. There's going to be a variant there. There we go, the David Nakayama design variant. That is insane. Holy crap. Yeah. Entropy, you are right. Don't sleep on these. David Nakayama is just killing it with this art. I see what you mean. And then let's check out. So that's probably what, a 1 in 10? Designs tend to be 1 in 10s. We have this blank variant, which follows the pattern on Phage. That's got to be a ratio of some sort, and then that's it. Yeah, absolutely. Gamma Flight, issue #2. We had issue #1 just recently. Al Ewing, Crystal Frazier writing this, and Lan Medina on the art, with Lanil Francis Yu doing the cover here. Excuse me. We have, of course, all these Gamma-powered individuals as part of the Gamma Flight. No Hulk there, but I heard good things to the start of this story. Connecting variant. Okay. There'll be design variants for all the one-shots, 1 in 10. Yeah. I feel like when Marvel does design variants, it's either a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 100 or so for like a really rare one. We got HK Wifey 420 in the house. Hello. Welcome in and happy Sunday. Good to see you here. We've got a connecting variant here. This must be the connecting he's talking about, by Carlos Pacheco. the greatest reveal of the summer. Who is after Gamma Flight? You've been calling for them since Immortal Hulk's early days. Well, true believer, we're here to deliver. Come to Gamma Flight for all the radioactive wonder you've been missing and the characters you love to hate. I mean, I think this... Does that not look like Maestro? A little bit? Maybe it's just me. Yeah. Get all of those David Nakayama design variants. Those are dope. What else we got going on? We got a Scotty Young for Gamma Flight. Totally thought you said we were calling our team Banana Flight. No Absorbing Man, Gamma. Oh, that's great. And then we have Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 16. Al Ewing, Juan Figuera, and Brett Booth doing the cover here. Who will annihilate them all? Is it going to be Annihilus? That just seems too easy. The last annihilation starts here. The entire galaxy is under attack, the likes of which haven't been seen since Annihilus first waged war. Now 5 different planets are simultaneously under threat from a mysterious foe. This is what the new Guardians were built to do, but will it be too much? This summer, the war to end all wars begins, and not everyone's going to come home. When we got Dr. Frickin' Doom on the Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, things are going to go down. We have here Phil Jimenez variant. I think this must be homaging something. Some sort of classic comic thing here, but that's pretty interesting. Nova and Gamora. Scotty Young Moon Knight is sick. Yeah, anything Scotty Young does, I feel like the comedy that he puts into his covers is just so good. Sith, have you been to sleep? He got like 4 hours or less. And then we've got a Groot one, which I kind of like. It's still, like I said, it's the white background that's really not doing it for me. Let's see. Did I miss anything here with? Let me just see if there was a nothing there, and just checking for ratio variants they might hide in here. Not finding any there. We've got a trade paperback for Heroes Reborn, House of X, Powers of X, and then King Deadpool Volume 1. And Marauders is on to issue number 22. With Emma Frost there on the cover. Is that... It can't be Kitty Pryde, can it? The past can still burn you. Hellfire Gala may be over, but the flames of Hellfire past come licking at the heels of the Inner Circle. Cover B by Gerald Perel. Absolutely awesome cover here of Kitty Pryde, Kate Pryde, whatever she's going by nowadays. And then a trade paperback Black Panther Marvel-verse graphic novel. So that's a smaller one, designed, I think, to get kids into reading it. Miles Morales is on to issue number 28. Saladin Ahmed still writing this one. Carmen Nunez Carnero on the art, and Torrin Clark on this awesome cover here, where it looks like we've got a Gwen Stacy moment happening here, but Miles is being thrown off of the Brooklyn Bridge by a clone. This is the cataclysmic conclusion of the Clone Saga. I don't know. Again, I saw Clone Saga and just dropped. Miles Morales, Del Auto Moon Knight. Yeah, we're getting to those Moon Knights. We've got a cover B here by Ivan Coelho, which is an 80th anniversary for Captain America. So it looks like a mix between Miles and Captain America, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. And that is it there. Now we got all of these Moon Knight covers. So You have your pick here of what Moon Knight cover you want to get. Of course, the one for cover A is Steve McNiven. This is kicking off this new Moon Knight series that everyone is excited about. Jed MacKay, the writer of Magic the Gathering right now from Boom Studios, is going to be writing this. I think he was also writing Black Cat, or still is writing Black Cat. Alessandro Capuccio on the interior arts. I know you Moon Knight fans have been waiting for a good return to the character, and we're getting that here. Del Otto just destroyed this cover. I 100% agree about that. Usually we've been seeing him doing the black background for like Venom, Carnage, Spider-Man, all of those. And now we get to see him doing something a little bit different with this white background, and it's just, yeah, beautiful. Ivan Coelho cover here, yeah, that was beautiful. I'm not seeing the Hobgoblin homage unless it's a ratio. Yeah, Delato just beautiful. Is the Hobgoblin homage a store exclusive, Dynamite? So we've got, I'm assuming you're talking about like ASM 238. EM Gist on the cover art here. Also, guys, here you can always check out this one if you want to check out the interiors a little bit. Here is a preview of it that they've got, and that looks pretty dope. Yeah. We've got Laraz Captain America 80th variant here, where he's holding a Moon Knight shield, standing by some flags. That's pretty cool. Pepe Laraz on that one. A Todd Knock headshot variant here, and a John Romita Jr. Variant here, which looks a little odd. Looks like he's got a chest plate. And like, I don't know, the coloring, the style looks off of the costume. Of course, Scotty Young, got to get in on this action. So we got a rooftop cover here. And we have an awesome Gerardo Zaffino cover here. So those are the non-ratio variants for that one. Exclusive for the Hobgoblin. Okay. Philly Born, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Let's take a look. We got number 40, 41, 42. I don't see 43, so that's going to be one of our ratio variants here. Kyle Hott doing a ratio variant on this one. That's looking good. Let's see. Dynamite just sent me something here. Yeah, that's got to be. Let me just highlight myself for a second. That is definitely awesome homage, but I think that's got to be a store. It's probably a store exclusive. And then there's the Virgin cover of it. So thanks for sending that over, Dynamite. And get this back up on the screen. Nice. So that was 43 with Kyle Hott's, 44 there, 45. This is how I find these on here. You can find them also if you just go and search the series over on League of Comic Geeks. They'll have all the covers, but they'll also have the exclusive covers on there as well. It's harder to pull it apart sometimes. Another great cover for Moon Knight, Elizabeth Torque. This is one of the ratio variants as well. Definitely liking that one. That was 46. Let's see. So 47 and 48 are also going to be on here as ratios. So let's just jump there. Bill Sinkovich doing a hidden gem variant. That's pretty dope. That's got to be older Sinkovich art that they're reusing. And then we have John Romita Jr. Virgin variant. There were some better covers to do versions of, but that's okay. We still saw that one already. I think that gets us to everything. Yep. So that should be all the covers there for Moon Knight. So you got your pick. Find the ones that you want. If you get your pre-orders in early enough, maybe the cover price for these, but the ratios won't be too bad, hopefully, yet. Miss Marvel graphic novel trade paperback, Game Over. New Mutants on to issue number 20 with a Martin Simmons cover. Martin Simmons, of course, the artist on The Department of Truth. Vita Ayala on the story and Alex Lins on the interior art. Weekend at Xavier's. I hope this is a Weekend at Bernie's style story, because that would be pretty hilarious. The Dead Are Walking, so maybe. New Mutants also has a David Go variant, which that is awesome. I think that is that Danny Moonstar on the cover there? Let's see. Let's see what the chat says there. Reign of X is getting a trade paperback, volume 3. Reptile, one of the younger characters, is getting issue 3 of 4 here for the mini-series to bring him back into the spotlight. I know some people have been digging this story, so finding out more about Umberto's parents and a little bit more origin for him. And then we have a cover B by Terry Bloss right here. Let's see, I don't think there's any ratios at this point. I think issue 1 had a 1 in 25. So we'll keep moving. We got Savage Avengers issue number 22 here. Gary Duggan, Patrick Zurcher, and Valerio Giangiordano on the cover here with Ghost Rider. Conan, of course, being the main driver behind this Savage Avengers team. Definitely was interesting to see him mixed in with some other maybe more savage characters that have spent some time with the Avengers. So it's a different type of Avengers team-up story. My bed is about to feel a disturbance as I finally collapse. Phil, you need to sleep, man. Y'all need to sleep. No more 9-hour shows. Star Wars Darth Vader number 14. We got a Giuseppe Camuncoli variant here. These types of headshot type variants they've been doing are really cool. We had 2 last week. We got another one here. We got actually 2 this week again. We got a Jabba the Hutt headshot. That's definitely his better side there. But yeah, Star Wars Darth Vader number 14. We also have a Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant with this here. And we have the cover A by Aaron Cooter here. Dr. Aphra for the second volume is getting a trade paperback. Or no, it's the first volume. Volume 1 trade paperback here. And then Star Wars Bounty Hunters is getting an issue. Star Wars Bounty Hunters Jabba the Hutt. So we got a one-shot here, I think, as a tie-in to the War of the Bounty Hunters. Jabba never forgives. Jabba never forgets. So how will he deal with betrayal? Violently. Wait, why did I see High Republic? And what does this have to do with a bounty hunter with ties to the High Republic? Justina Ireland and Luca Pizzari's Hutt-sized Spectacular is the first of 4 action-packed War of the Bounty Hunter tie-ins about the criminal underworld's most notorious hunters and scoundrels. Okay. Cool. We got a variant here by Bernard Chang featuring, I don't know what bounty hunter that is. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Sith might know in the comments if it's someone that's been around, if it's a new character. It'd be interesting. Let's see. Oh man, Phil is going to sleep. All right, man. Take care. Get your rest. Have a good night, day, something. Don't stay up for 9 hours again. Thor is having an annual here. This is part of the Infinite Destinies event that's going on between the different annuals. We've got part 5 of 8 here in the Infinite Fury backup story. Thor versus Thor. Thor and the other leaders of the 10 realms have gathered for a world tree celebration, but the festivities come to an abrupt halt when a mysterious guest and his otherworldly powers crash the party, and his +1 is a dark, twisted version of Thor who's determined to become the iron-fisted ruler of all the realms. Aaron Kuder and Jed McKay doing the writing on this one. Cover B here, that is Connecting variant by Ron Lim, which connects with the other Infinite Destinies annuals that are going on. And then this one for you speculators on Sleep Well, Dad. All you people speculating with Venom, we're getting a second printing of the 200th issue number 35. Of course, we know this is where Dylan takes up a certain mantle. I won't fully spoil, but it's pretty obvious where they were probably going to head with this one. But yeah, no cover art yet, but maybe worth seeing tomorrow if there's cover art, and if it's something good, I might pick it up. But for a $10 price tag for a second print, I'm leaning towards no. Trade paperbacks here, of course, the volume 2 of Venom, where we see the first appearance of Dylan Brock, is on here, and then volume 6 from King in Black, and then X-Men Legends is on to issue number 35. Peter David on the writing, Todd Knock on the cover here. Cool little puzzle cover. Peter David returns to place a missing piece of the X Factor puzzle. So there you go. And then there is a action figure variant here by John Tyler Christopher with Polaris. And we have a full puzzle variant here by Todd Knock. He just scrambled all the pieces, it looks like. Big Venom spec is Toxin, which Toxin is returning in. Is it just the one shot for Extreme Carnage Toxin, or is it in the Alpha one? I know he's coming back in something very, very soon. But yeah, looks like Entropy and Comics has a what to watch with Toxin type of speculation video. So when we see Toxin return, people are going to go and buy up all of these comics. So, whereas Lou actually, Aegis is putting on a Comic-Con right now up in Alaska, in Wasilla, Alaska, and so he wasn't going to be available today to hop on. He'll be back on one of these weeks. So try to see about next week, see how he's feeling, if he wants to hop on. But yeah, he's on here and there, just hanging out and talking the shop perspective on these things. And then because he's listening, he ends up buying more things for the shop, which so far he said has actually been they've been selling a lot more because of it. So hey, I like it. Deja Thoris versus John Carter of Mars is happening. Series at Dynamite. Again, I'm not a big Dynamite reader, but there's a ton of covers for that. As always, you have your pick of what artist you like. Perillo being one of their main artists. Linsner popping up a lot. Jay Lee pops up a decent bit as well. James Bond, Agent of Spectre, issue number 5, also on cutoff this week for them. And there is a cover B here, which is the premium FOC, or I guess that's cover E, premium FOC variant. Red Sonja trade paperbacks, and Vengeance of Vampirella, issue number 20. Again, Perillo on the cover A. Segovia, there's cosplay variants. Again, you have your pick of variants there. So we'll move on from Dynamite to Boom Studios, where we have a new series called Dark Blood. This one by Latoya Morgan, Walt Barna, and cover art by Valentin DeLandro. What if you were given the power to change the course of history? Alabama, 1955. Avery Aldridge is an ordinary young black man, a decorated World War II veteran. Avery provides for his wife and daughter, but wounds of the past have found a way of coming back, and Avery Aldridge will soon discover he is anything but ordinary. After a run-in awakens strange new abilities, Avery's about to become more powerful than he could have ever dared to dream in a country and society that never wanted him to have any power. A bold, evocative, genre-bending saga by screenwriter Latoya Morgan, who has been on AMC's The Walking Dead, Into the Badlands, and rising star artist Walt Barna, The Osiris Path, which that is a Behemoth book. Perfect for fans of Department of Truth and Bitterroot. I am very much into checking this one out. I actually put it on my pull list when I saw it in the previews catalog. And so I am very intrigued into this one and checking out what happens here. Philly Born, also looking forward to this one. Jason, Claiming Comics, hyped for this one as well. That's good to hear that I'm not the only one thinking this is going to be an interesting one to check out. We have a cover B by Junie Ba, Welcome to Vale, which kind of reminds me of Welcome to Night Vale. We have a 1 in 10 incentive that is a black and white of the cover A. We have a Dan Mora, 1 in 25. That one looks awesome. That is slightly, I feel like that's different from Dan Mora's usual style. So I'm kind of digging that. And then, is there a 1 in 50? There's a 1 in 50 Virgin on that one. And that is all variant wise. There's going to probably be a 1 per store. Maybe it's going to be a Virgin cover of this one here, the cover B, or a Virgin of cover A, but not black and white. Why didn't I show all 50 Vampirella covers? That's too many covers to show, man. And I honestly, if you're into these stories, you're gonna be into these stories. If you're not, like I'm not, showing the covers isn't gonna change much there. We got some more Dark Blood love. It's trippy, Entropy in Comics is saying. So that's awesome to hear. I'm excited for it. Looking forward to seeing what they do with that story. Eve, issue number 2 is getting a second printing. It's a black and white of the cover A from issue number 2. No ratios that seem to pop up, so that's good. Let's see what else we got. We got Firefly, brand new verse, issue 5 of 6, penultimate issue for this mini-series here. This is one I do want to read the trade paperback after. I just couldn't read all the issues as they're coming out. But I am a fan of the Firefly world, and so I like that this is a whole new direction that this world could go, and that we get to be along for the ride. There's probably some ratios here. A 1 in 10 by Tula Lote. Her artwork is just beautiful. Yeah, Eve is fire. You're right, Philly Born. Absolute fire. I am really enjoying it. Lotte doing an amazing cover here. I keep looking. There's probably a 1 in 25, which is a version of that. and no other ratios there. Once in future, if you haven't been reading the individual issues, you can pick up the trade paperback for volume 3, which is collecting 13 through 18 in this volume. Power Rangers is on to issue number 9 here with a Matteo Scalera cover. Legacy numbering here on the cover B by Danielle De Nucolo. And we have that's a cover F, which is the Mirka Andolfo FOC Reveal Intermix cover. So you're either getting the trade or you're getting the Virgin. It'll be a toss-up, probably a blind bag kind of situation. Let's see, that's cover B, that's cover F. So let's check out in between there. We have probably a 1 in 10 that's a Virgin for cover A, and a 1 in 15 that's a Virgin for cover B. We also have a 1 in 25 that's a Ryan Gonzalez variant. That is awesome. Rainbow art, which then there's probably a version of that for probably a 1 per store version. Let's see. There it is, unlockable variant right there, hiding in there. But yeah, Proctor Valley Road, issue number 5 of 5, wrapping up this story here. I'm hoping that this gets a second volume because I've been really enjoying it. I'm not sure how it's going to wrap up in the last issue. It's going to take some great writing from Grant Morrison and Alex Child to do this, but I've been loving this story, collecting all the covers for it. So there is a cover B connecting Wild Goose variant here. There is a cover C 1 in 10 by Christian Ward, as always, just killer art. And then a 1 in, I think I left, whoops, go back. 1 in 25 by Eduardo Rizzo. And then there's a 1 per store is usually the Christian Ward, but it's a Virgin variant. So if you want the Christian Ward, you can either get the trade or you can get that nice Virgin variant 1 per store. I tend to end up getting both because I just love Christian Ward's art. This one, if you guys didn't know, Caroline and I did a review of Save Yourself number 1. So go check that out after this. It's a great new series aimed for all ages, boombox. But it's really good. Definitely a fun story so far. It could be headed to dark places because the world thinks that these 3 girls are superheroes like the Powerpuff Girls, and that right there, dark Powerpuff Girls meets totally spies, and they're not so nice. So this girl's finding that out, and she's finding it out from someone who they might be chasing. So it's an interesting twist on that Powerpuff Girls type story. Here is one of those heroes, the lovely trio. One of the characters there, and then a 1 in 10 ratio version of cover A, and a 1 in 25 version of cover B. Let's see if we have anything else. Nothing else showing up there. So for me, I think I'm just going to keep getting the cover A's for this. That's a good way to look at it. I almost feel like I am loving the all ages stories from Boom a lot more than some of the not all ages stories, which is really interesting. But I know like Last Witch was one of my favorites they put out recently. There was something else. Spectre Inspectors I've been I love that story. That, I think issue 5 should be out this week. And Save Yourself is fitting into that as well. Welcome in. We got Comic Deal with us. Ahoy. Ahoy, ahoy, ahoy to you too. Happy Sunday. We're moving into the comics and graphic novels section now. So this is where we'll find... oh, that's right. Barbaric comes out this week. I was going to say we're going to talk about Barbaric when we got down here. But that's right. It comes out this week. So I'll go over to that after we go through the FOC stuff here. But we've got from Black Mask, Alice in Leatherland, issue number 4. I think Sith might have started reading this. I don't know if he's still reading this one. Definitely a different type of story here, but it's good to see Black Mask putting out comics more frequently now. We've got Destiny New York, Alice in Leatherland, Everfrost, White's coming out this week. So lots of good things from Black Mask right now. Kanto is all ages. Yeah. All right, take care, neighbor to the north. Have fun with the wife, and we'll see you next week. We got some Save Yourself love here. Yeah, Sith started Alice in Leatherland. Comic Deal's getting himself some dinner. Got some other things here. This one I think was a great story by Massimo Rossi. Broken Souls Ballad, issue number 1's getting a second printing. That's an awesome cover. I'm going to have to get that for the cover. But this comes from the Black Caravan imprint, of Scout Comics. Essentially, St. Abigail's Institute creates monsters, and those monsters are teenagers. Story begins as several teens discover they possess out-of-the-ordinary abilities, in each case related to their psychosomatic conditions. The resulting trauma caused by this horrific discovery leads them to stray from their normal teenage lives, some to seek answers, others in a desperate attempt to escape their terrible fate. Meanwhile, a mysterious organization working for the government begins to track down the kids with the goal of bringing them home. And so this, he said, was a way he felt was addressing his own anxieties, and I thought that was a really cool story. So if you missed out of it, you got a second chance here to get in on this. We also have from Black Mask, Destiny New York number 5 on here. Pat Shand, such an incredible story that he's been creating. Sue Lee on the cover art here, and Manuel Pritano doing the art, which I think that's not true because I thought we changed interior artists, and Pritano was doing the first volume, but Volume 5 for Destiny New York is actually on Kickstarter right now. So you keep reading them individually and get them from Black Mask, but you can also kind of get ahead and get the physical trade paperbacks that Pat's been putting out through Kickstarters. If you go on over to the Kickstarter and check that out. Nice. We've got from Vault, Engine Ward, issue number 11. If I'm not mistaken, issue number 12 is the last one. Caroline, you can correct me if I'm wrong there. I know you've been reading this one. It might not be, but if it is, then that means I get to finally go and buy a trade and read it. But there it is from Vault Comics, issue number 11 of Engine Ward. We also have from Titan Comics, Extraordinary number 2. There is a FOC variant here for from Nen Chang, which is this Virgin, beautiful cover art with so just the cover A art, but Virgin copy of it. This one follows a story that was created by V.E. Schwab. We had $1 book that came out, issue number 0, and now we've had issue number 1. I think hasn't come out yet, or just came out, and this will go on to issue number 2. Pretty sure it's the last issue. Nice. We've got a cover B here by Baldemar Rivas. That's pretty cool art on that one. And a cover C by Anna Goddess. Also a pretty cool cover there. Antarctic Press has Gold Digger number 282. Another second printing here from Scout is for The Impure, issue number 1. And this is from their non-stop imprint. And what that means is you get issue number 1, and then the rest is going to come out in a volume collected. Usually, again, it's the 2-month wait period, and you'll get the whole volume collected, which gives you a chance to check it out without paying $15-20 for a volume. And you can decide if you want to get on the volume. Also gives you that collectible there. Also from Black Mask, we have Last Song, issue number 4. Holly Interlandi on the writing, Sally Cantorino on the art, with Natalie Jackson on the cover art here. This is the finale for this rock and roll journey. I have not read Vicious. That is what it is based off of, Extraordinary. Keep on moving here. We have Maria Lovett's Eros Psyche, issue number 5, with a Guillaume March cover A and a cover B by Maria Lovett. Again, I think this is another one Sith is reading. I'm not reading this one. I did get the some of the homage covers because I thought they were cool. Cover C by Marika Cresta. And we have here another homage cover by Sabine Rich. This one, I believe, is when Kitty Pryde leaves the X-Men. So that's a pretty cool homage right there. What's going on? Station Chamorro. Chamorro is here with us now. Awesome show you were doing earlier before I hopped on here. Thanks for coming over and joining us in the chat here. But again, another awesome, Sabine Rich is doing such a great job with these homages. They were originally for movies, and now she's moved into some comic homages. So I'm really digging that. And then we've got from Titan Comics, we got a hardcover here. Michael Moorcock Library Elric Stormbringer. Hailed as a modern masterpiece on its first release and considered to be Russell's finest work, P. Craig Russell. The volume collects the critically acclaimed Eisner Award-winning 7-issue miniseries adapted and drawn by the artist P. Craig Russell, who worked directly with Michael Moorcock on the script. I don't know anything about this, but kind of interesting. There is a hardcover for Oni Press called One Line. 18 different families across 4 centuries live inside this book. Their traditions, ethics, and prejudice handed down from one generation to a generation, a living history carried through to the present. Spanish family living in Los Angeles, 1846. A Cheyenne family enduring the horrors of the Trail of Tears. An Irish family starving in abject poverty under British rule. Groundbreaking cartoonist Ray Fox implements a stunning visual approach to dive deep into the stories of these lives, showcasing the stark contrasts and poignant parallels that connect us all in our diverse human existence. That's a hardcover over there from Oni Press. And we've got Aftershock. We've got Project Patron, issue number 4. Team will have to do what the real patron couldn't: live through a fight with Extinction Bringer Woe, Unstoppable Force, Immovable Object, round 2. We have Rick and Morty, Rick's New Hat, issue number 2 from Oni Press. And then cover B here by Sarah Stern. Rivers of Ink, a trade paperback from Humanoids here. Etienne Appert, Edmund Bodain, and cover art by the writer. Thought-provoking book about the very origins of the art of illustration and what it means and why it exists. From Aftershock, another one. This one just came out recently, issue number 1. We have issue number 2 of the series, Evan Daugherty writing, Ricardo Latina on the art, and Andy Clark on the cover art. This is an interesting take on kind of after the Three Musketeers, and getting together kind of a bunch of master swordsmen to take down some evil. I liked issue 1, so I'm excited to see what happens in issue number 2 with this one. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It says I was gonna say a fun ride, but a bumpy ride. Let's see. We got Flash by Night with us in the chat. Welcome in, Flash by Night. Happy Sunday. We are almost wrapping up here with the FOC for the week. But I do want to talk about one more thing when we wrap up, because we got one more Aftershock book here, Silver City, issue number 3. Olivia Cortero Briggs, Luca Merli on the art, Roberto Ingranata on the cover art. This is such a cool story. Olivia was on No Good Comics channel a little while back after issue number 1 came out. So if you haven't caught that interview, go check out No Good Comics and see their interview. It's very interesting hearing where this story came from in her mind. Definitely an interesting dream she had. We've got Vault Comics with Wasted Space number 22. This is headed to the end of this series, I believe. Michael Morecki on the writing, Hayden Sherman on the art. And then this one coming out this week is White number 1. It is getting a second printing. Interesting thing with this is issue number 1, the first print was limited to 2,500 copies. So it's probably getting allocated, and why they're doing an issue number 1 second printing. I don't know why they limited it to 2,500 copies, but it's clearly going to sell well because Black was such a hit. But yeah, we've got this coming out on Wednesday this week. Finally, it got delayed a few times, but finally coming out. And this is the follow-up to Black. So if you don't get a copy of issue number 1 because it got allocated, I would just say go ahead and put your second print order in now, because it's going to be difficult to get them. This does not specifically say that there's a limit on this printing, so I would say this may have more copies printed than the first print, which is backwards. Usually our first print has more copies than the second print, but it's what's happening. So definitely, if you think there's a low chance of you getting it, I would just try to get it now. For the second print, that will come out July 21st, probably in time for you to get issue number 2 as well. So it's worth it. Let's see. So that is everything on Final Order Cutoff. There's some cards in here as well. Always there's toys, statues, games, that kind of stuff. But new releases this week. Someone was asking about Barbaric earlier. That is, of course, coming out this week from Vault Comics, and it's amazing. Like I said, I did a review on it a while back. I did an advanced review for this one. Michael Morecki on the writing, Nathan Gooden on the art. Essentially, we've got this barbarian who, of course, just wants to, he wants to just kill because he's a barbarian. And he gets cursed by these witches and given this axe that only lets him kill essentially morally reprehensible people. But the best thing about this axe is when it drinks blood, it gets drunk on the blood, and you've got this blood drunk axe, and it's incredible. It's silly. It's a lot of fun. It starts out with things like this. He's being forced to go into this arena and fight people, but he can't kill all of them. So it's just a great great story off of issue number 1. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, ordered the trade of Black. Awesome. Yeah, I finally have all the issues of Black, and I started reading it, and I'm halfway through, I think. I also have the spin-offs from that, the Black AF ones. So I got to check those out still too. This the FOC's not super heavy for me, mainly because I'm not reading Moon Knight, but it's a decent one. Pickups this week, however, on Wednesday, that's gonna be a big week for me. I got cover A on this one. I think I'm planning on. I think I skipped cover B though. This is real cool. The cover C, I had to get this homage. I thought that was super cool. And then I think I requested, there's a polybag variant. We still don't know what the art is on. Corin Howell's cover is fantastic. I think I wanted that one. She's the artist on Shadow Service, and I've been enjoying the art there. There's a 1 in 30, Richard Pace. I think that was the one I requested, was the Corin Howell one. This, Wes, I'm sorry to tell you, there is a Derek Robertson variant here. And so if you're still trying to get all of his stuff, it is a 1 in 50 variant. So if you're still watching, Wes, sorry. There is a Derek Robertson killer cover for this. Hey, welcome in, Lord Chucks. Yeah, the axe is super wicked cool. I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of this series. I'm glad I got to take a sneak peek at it because it's phenomenal. But that about does it. I just wanted to bring this up because we were talking about this. I think there's a 1 in 75 that's a black and white for Derek Robertson as well. And then there is that's it. So, yeah, I don't know if you're still listening, Wes, or if you catch this later, but there you go. Derek Robertson doing some cover art here for Barbaric. Let's see. I think so. We just had a new previews catalog drop. So I've been missing Phil do his breakdowns of the previews catalog. So I might take a look and see if I could zoom through one of these, or maybe break down section by section as I look through it. There's a lot to take in when you look at a previews catalog. Digitally, this became available on Friday, but when you go to your shop on Wednesday, they should have the previews catalogs in the shop. And so that's just another thing for you guys to be aware of. The thing that I always recommend when if you're looking at this digitally, Image, Dark Horse, IDW, Marvel, Dynamite, Boom are all going to be on Final Order Cutoffs. Remember that. Not every comic in the comics and graphics novel section ends up on these Final Order Cutoffs, what we're talking about. So you do have to go in and find some things. Currently, Behemoth Comics is not on Final Order Cutoff, but they will be with the next catalog. Scout Comics is not on Final Order Cutoff through previews, but is through Lunar. Source Point Press is also not on Final Order Cutoff. Who else? I think there's at least 1 or 2 others that are, decently well known, but don't end up on the Final Order Cutoff. Mad Cave Studios is not on Final Order Cutoff. So it's a good idea to look through this section at least and make sure that you find all the things that you want from it. Like this looks like it's going to be epic. There is a movie that this is I think prequel to. It doesn't say. I think it's a prequel to the movie though, and something cool to check out. But yeah, there's just so much in here, so many different things. There's anything from any genre that you might be looking for. You could find a story in here, but I don't get to highlight them all on Final Order Cutoff because unfortunately they aren't all set up with Diamond through that. Second Sight Publishing is another one that is not on that Final Order Cutoff, and this looks pretty cool right here. Forsaken issue 1 of 6. That looks awesome. And then there's actually one I do want to highlight from Second Sight that is in this before we even get to doing anything else. These Damn Kids, number 1 of 3. This is creepy as hell. I did a advanced review for this one as well. Yeah, there you go. Bradley Golden is the writer on this with Peter Brow. And Bradley Golden's the CEO of Second Sight Publishing. Caroline and I will be interviewing him on July 5th, talking about Second Sight's books, talking about this book. It is creepy. You guys are going to love it. I just want to throw that out there as something happening with the channel. There is something else that's going to happen with the channel relatively soon. We're setting some stuff up behind the scenes to kind of launch all of it at once, but I announced this when I was on Bit and Apple TV yesterday. We're going to change the name of the channel soon to kind of make it more incorporating the two of us doing stuff on the channel. So I'm just reading the chat. Wes, where the F are you? Wes probably stayed up too late watching you last night, Sid, so he went to bed. Reminder, the new catalog dropped. Definitely check it out. But yeah, new channel name coming, new logo and art that is awesome, and I'm very excited to be able to tell you at some point who designed this because it's just jaw-dropping awesome. But yeah, once we get everything set up, we'll announce that to you guys and show that off. Maybe we can get the artist on to do that reveal. I gotta talk to him and see. New. Yeah, actually, I kind of want to get him on for us to do that reveal. I'll talk with him and see what we can set up. Maybe talk about his book again. But yeah. I'm thinking gotta look through here and maybe showcase some stuff for you guys from the previews catalog. Maybe do it this style, like I do the FOC. I'm not sure yet, but I think that is pretty doable to do, like a section like this in maybe an hour video showcasing certain things from it. This is the largest section actually probably in the previews catalog, but I think I could blow through this because there are some things in here that are just like trade paperback, which I'm not going to highlight. There's other ways I might think about doing this. Behemoth usually posts their books for the catalog on their website. SourcePoint, I think, does that. Mad Cave, I think, might be doing that. So there may be ways to do that, to try to highlight those publishing companies that don't get highlighted a lot from the side from Diamond. So yeah, that is all I got today. That is our Final Order Cutoff and a little bit extra for you guys. Next week we'll keep on rolling with that. This week so far, nothing set up interview wise. Like I said, July 5th we've got Bradley Golden, so that is next week. But I am talking with the creators of Metal Shark Bro, who have a Kickstarter going on right now called Dust Pirates. So we might get them to hop on the channel, and we'll talk with them and talk about their new book that they've got. I got to read it already. It's super cool, and yeah, we'll let you guys know when that is going to happen, and we'll go from there. So on that note, we will say adios for this Sunday. Have a good Sunday. Collect what you love. If you aren't subscribed and you're watching this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video on their way out. Have a great afternoon.